and responding to change. Today, I will show you why we are the team with the best policies for 2017. STAR is independent, progressive, and experienced. And the STAR team have shown over the past 4 years that we are the team who care deeply about the experience of each and every student, not just those in the majority or in the extreme left. We are the team capable of delivering real results, and we are the team who will always put students first. I'm so proud of STAR's independent and progressive values. None of our OB candidates are members of political parties, and my campaign manager has got the experience working, and my campaign manager hasn't gotten the experience working for the Liberal Party like some others. Part of the reason that students trust us is because of our independence. There's a reason why we have been elected for the last 4 elections, and it's because we keep pushing ourselves to deliver more for students. We have already been working to increase student engagement with the Guild, from live concerts from within the tab, to increasing club funding. Yes, we have increased club funding. And also continue improving the campus culture we know and love. Now, in 2017, our SOC and PAT candidates, Michael Kabondo and Mason Clotar, two of the biggest cultural clubs on campus, will blow you away with their amazing ideas and their experience. As students who come into the Guild without friends, the Guild isn't just about parties and clubs, it's also about support, volunteering, connecting peers, and building communities. Yes.
The UWA representatives is for them to take a stand on local UWA issues. We know that new elections come at a time when people have mid-sems, people have other things to do, and it's not always the best possible time for this to happen. So Lord listened to the students, and we are going to bring in online voting next year. We have a tangible way where we're going to find the money, we're going to give it to clubs. And I'm so proud to have on my office there team the current server president, Ellie Birmingham, and current committee member, Kate Fletcher, and change the way this university is. Launch is focused on advocacy and not activism. We are the
may change things around campus, but I'm here to say that online voting is a terrible, terrible idea. Online voting reduces engagement with students and creates even more coercion. And if you see articles from the eastern states, you'll see that students that go into libraries and coerce students to vote. So really, it decreases our ability to regulate voting within specific areas. And on that note of Cambridge, in Cambridge, 25% of the voters there votes actually for 25%. And Murdoch, UWA, ANU all cost more than what we currently pay here. $60,000 in an ANU, online voting for $70,000. So.
About parking when we've just lost another EVA phase, and what can the Guild practically do to achieve outcomes that students really want, but it's not directly controlled by the Guild? This will be answered first by Launch, then by staff. We're in the unfortunate circumstance that parking has deteriorated under the current Guild. With the removal of bays for Forest College, Launch will fight and advocate for more parking bays. We also have a tangible plan. For example, I'm a commerce student, third year business law and economics, and we do have a plan to lobby transfer to bring the 950 down to the business school. This way, students go to Boys Drive, and we want to encourage this to take public transport. In addition, this will be much better for the environment, and I'm very pleased to say that my Environment Officer Abby is very excited.
So STAR is committed to making transport to and from campus a lot easier for students. Firstly, on parking, the important context that you might not be aware of is that the WA Planning Commission has actually capped the number of parking bays that UWA can have to 4,250. And this is to make sure that there isn't an overflow of traffic onto Mountslade Road or Stirling Highway. And because of this, STAR isn't going to promise you the sun or whatever, but instead we have an achievable policy that we can deliver for students. Our plan is to work with university to adjust the ways bays are distributed, pushing for some staff bays to become bays or no bays, or staff bays to be free during vacation periods for all. And our fantastic environment officer, where he is, carpooling system that will also mean more allocated carpooling bays and also reduce CO2 emissions. And we know that students tax public transport to university, but the Guild isn't transferred, and I will make promises that I can't keep. To get an on-campus bike share system and set up over the next 2 years so it's easy to get from your lecture from, say, Octagon to business. And over my time in the Guild, I have developed respectful relationships within the university as my position as SOC and PSA DP this year, and I'm the only candidate with those relationships that can advocate for true progress on parking and transportation.
When this question is being discussed. Recently, we have seen many cases of sexual assault on university campuses around Australia coming to the public eye, and it is clear that this problem needs to be addressed. What have you done so far in dealing with this endemic issue, and what would you do in 2017? This question will be answered first by STAR, then by Launch.
So the single biggest cause of death amongst women under 45 is domestic and family violence. Over 77% of Australian female students don't feel safe on campus at night. More than 1 in 5 women will experience sexual violence during their lifetime. Shame. These statistics are are truly harrowing, and we desperately need change in this area. However, this year our Women's Officer Laura Maragua and Women's Officer Matthews have pushed the university to completely rewrite sexual harassment policy so that actually put the form online and provide more resources and information on how students can get help. We believe that part of change is running safer events, which is why ensuring that clubs complete EMPs so that events are well run and can be enjoyed by all students, and providing free training by SRAC to all club executives is essential. And next year, STAR will continue on this fantastic work by pushing for a better reporting form and storage system so you can report anonymously, push for the university actually be able to sanction students in certain ways before the police become involved, push for more support for survivors, and push for the discussion to become more widespread around our campus.
I would like to first acknowledge the respect, the work being done by the current people. It's very good to see that STAR finally managing to do something about this serious issue. We fully support the reform of reporting cases of sexual assault and harassment by streamlining the online forum and by providing specialised external support for students if they need it. We know that these students that are affected by cases of sexual assault and harassment are placed in a very unique position, and Lodge understands that the duty of the Student Guild is to look after the welfare of every single student in its charge. In addition to these, we do have policies led by my fabulous women's officer, Ashley Davidson, to, of course, improve lighting and security on campus. And this way, Lodge will look after the welfare of women. Lodge will improve things for the students.
Do you think the quality of representation and policy is undermined when only one party consistently holds office? And how does your party improve or change from year to year to avoid failures or to not become complacent? This question will be answered first by Launch, then by Star.
I absolutely think that STAR become complacent. Their policies are the same year after year after year. This is like lecture capture system being improved. In second year, I also heard about lecture capture system being improved. And this year, I'm still hearing Lodge understands that we need to act on the policies that we tell the students. We understand that the students are frustrated and annoyed at this lack of change that is being put through by the Guild. And the difference between Launch and STAR this year, or yes, especially this year, is that we have the team that have the immense experience and talent to push these changes through the university. We have a team that will lobby for change. We will finally improve lecture capture system so that next year, students won't need to hear about lecture capture system. In addition to these, we want to provide new policies. This year, one of our new policies is providing assessment breakdown. Students have responded positively. Where is it? I don't know. Students want new policies. Students are ready for a change. And this year, this is why the students will vote for Launch, because we will change the Guild and we will enhance their education experience.
I do agree with this characterization. Obviously, with guild politics, there are going to be people that will get involved for their personal interest. But this year, in bringing people on board, we look for people that were looking to make a difference. People that wanted to serve students and to go through the stigma surrounding a have the opportunity to do something next year. As a result, we put together the most diverse team ever. I don't know what diverse means to you, but looking here, and my aim is to have a guild that represents all students, supports all students on campus, and the fact is that it does. It does do this in almost every aspect that we currently have, but the guild doesn't always get recognition for it. But to me, as long as the guild is serving students, as long as it is making a difference, that is an achievement to me. I just like the political nature of campus myself, and I always tell staff that we will always run a positive campaign. That we will do whatever we can to change the perspective that other students have around all of this. This election just isn't about getting staff elected. To me, it's also about changing perspectives. And yeah, that's hard to do when you have certain people that are very negative and promoting misinformation. But I do what I can to ensure that all students are looked after, and so that people do see the need to get more involved in Guild and make a real difference at UWA.
Nevin, I'd just like to address that point on diversity. I didn't realise that I was an Asian female for a long time. Serving the students of UWA.
This next question is addressed to Nevin only. It's no secret that more than a few of staff's former candidates, councillors and office bearers have either defected to the launch or citing amongst other things that our guild needs to change, that STAR needs to change from a hostile and self-obsessed culture. Do you think that after being in power for so long, STAR has become too insulated and complacent?
Progressivism, positivity, and doing what's best for students. And if former staff candidates no longer agree with our values, if they're not going to be at UWA next year, or if they act maliciously towards either myself or anyone else on the team, and then they choose to leave the team, by all means, go ahead. Good luck for you. And there is nothing else I do want to say on this topic. However, I do want to talk about education because that is our #1 priority, and it is very much like this at the moment. And you can find our comprehensive education policy, which will be implemented by our lovely candidate, Lena L. Rockaway. We have experienced advocating students from all backgrounds. One area that launch is also radio silent is higher education. STAR has always been opposed to deregulation, which will impact programs like Aspire and UWA. We need an experienced academic progressive guild. Guild presidents that will lobby the Parliament and fight against changes that negatively affect students. And I'm disappointed to see no questions on education in this debate, but rest assured there will be no shortage of advocacy and activism on education.
First by Lodge, then by Star.
Let's go,
we have students from Alba, from MedDent, from Netherlands campus, population health, science, arts, commerce, law. We have students who've come from all these different faculties who have great ideas, who want to change the field, because this is what they're passionate about. They're passionate about bringing out change. This team represents the students because they are students and know what the students want. We have education policies that appeal to students, like assessment breakdown, like streamlining and aligning LMS. We have policies like electoral reform and online voting that have received positive support from all the students. I don't understand why they're so opposed to that. And I'm so excited by that. I am so confident in my team that we are going to be the ones that will change the field for the better, because we have the policies that matter to the students.
Yeah, right.
Firstly, I think it's really important to also seek input from all students and not just the people in this room. And that is the sort of steps I want the group to see taking next year. I want students to feel that the UWA Guild is theirs, and this will only happen if you are able to engage with students and seek more feedback. So even with the STAR campaign this year, you'll see that we've tried to include students more in the development of our policies, and next year we want to give the students the same opportunity to get them to come up with more of the ideas and the direction they want to see the Guild be going in 2017. And the last thing I want to say is that if you didn't already know, I'm not a white man, and our OB ticket is the only ticket that doesn't have a straight white male on it. And the rest of our team is pretty much the definition of diverse, and that is all I'm going to say.
This next question is directed at Wayne. Wayne, you have never been on Guild Council or held an executive role on a club or faculty society. How can you think you are qualified to run a multi-million-dollar organisation that is the Guild when you've never even been to a Guild Council meeting?
I've said this many times today. That's because I have the team that is the most experienced team that is running in this election this year. Ordinary Guild councillors running with us. We have the most backstop presidents and executive members running with us. We have the lovely Ellie Bird, who I'm current president of SOBA, and SOC committee member running as SOC president. We have beautiful Kate Fletcher, PAT committee member, running full PAT president. We have the experience, we have the gorgeous JPL, MSS president, Senator Council, running for Ed Council president. These are the candidates who have been on their respective councils, who know what needs to be done, and who will support me when I'm elected Guild president. And that is why Launch is the best team to be placed into Guild next year, so that we can bring about change for the students, because we are experienced and, above all, we are united.
So this is a general question. It will be answered first by Launch, then by Star. What do you think is the biggest challenge facing Club City WA, and what will you do to fix it in 2017?
Funding to clubs has been cut despite what's Ellie is on a club. We have several, I've said Ellie so many times because she's great. We have so many January or even February. How are they supposed to do this when they're not on campus, no students are on campus? And it's during their holidays as well. Launch is dedicated and committed to helping and supporting these clubs. We owe it to the clubs for our vibrant and amazing campus culture and our campus environment. And we will improve it. We have so many plans. Jess has so many plans, as well as MSS President, she's given to us to include and bring on music students, to introduce a club carnival each semester, to bring on busking, flash mobs, and end of semester carnival. Carnival, not show. Launch is the only team that has the ideas, the experience, the knowledge, and the commitment to deliver on campus culture reform.
Is really unfair, and it shouldn't be at all the way we're looking at it. Clubs are so diverse and different, and as club president last year, I learned a lot about the different problems that clubs face. And having Michael as our top candidate leading the discussions with club executives, we've been able to develop a better understanding of what exactly the issues are that clubs go through. Broadly speaking, member engagement is the core aim of any club, and something that almost every club struggles with to some extent. And what starters do is to develop a closer relationship with clubs, so the services and support that the Guild offers clubs is more tailored to what clubs actually need. And as a previous club president of a small club that later became one of the biggest clubs, we won Best Club, the first club to ever win all 3 awards. I can safely say that money is not going to improve campus culture. I can safely say that what the Guild needs is efficient budgeting techniques, improved marketing support, being able to effectively cater to the club's existing demographic and being able to expand without losing sight of the club's aims and objectives, and effective committee management, and of course a very hard-working committee. There's so many things that can be done to overcome what problems clubs actually face. And we have a lot of policies to improve the way we support clubs next year, but since there's so many different and niche clubs, it's just not fair to say that every club faces the same issue. Every club needs specialised attention, and the Guild that is experienced and willing to sit down with them to provide tailored support for clubs. And just on the note of club funding as well, someone needs to teach Ben Martin or any other launch team on Guild Council to read the budget, because that's not true. Available to clubs has actually increased by a total of $3,000. The line run has increased by $4,000 this year from $5,000 last year, so $9,000 total. And $1,000 added onto the stock budget at the beginning of this year, and then $1,000 removed only after the operational review. So really, the funding available to clubs has increased by $3,000, so stop saying some bullshit.
Because they got more club funding.
This question is just for staff. Nevin, in a recent Guild Council meeting, it was moved that ordinary Council member Nick Brown not be included in any future camera discussions held during Guild Council, and that should further breach of confidentiality by discussion of this matter or past in-camera matters by Nick Brown, disciplinary action be applied as deemed appropriate by the Council. This was unanimously supported by both Start and Launch. Do you support this motion and think it is fair practice to remove democratically elected councillors from important discussions on Council?
So politics aside, the UWA Student Guild is a multi-million-dollar organisation, and that means that we have to follow all corporations and laws. The reason why the motion was bipartisan was because Nick has breached the confidentiality of the council and tried to use sensitive staff matters for his own political gain. Not only this, but he said he has no respect for this organisation or how it operates or its staff. So to be very clear, I do support the decision that the council made from being excluded from future in-camera discussions, because in reality that was really a slap in the wrist for what was a serious breach of the Guild's protocols and a total disregard for the welfare of staff and the fiduciary duty of as a board member of the Guild.
And this next question is for Wayne. Launch has traditionally been seen as the more conservative ticket, so how can students trust that departments such as the Women's Department, Pride Department and Environment Department will continue to be a priority for students, and that Launch won't run an Access South campaign that halves Guild's revenue as has happened in previous years?
Why would I close the women's department when I'm a woman? I would have gone looking for the most talented, experienced and dedicated candidates in Ashley Davidson for Warning Officer and in Abby Dunn for Environment if I had plans to close these departments. Launch understands all the prize. The Pride Department is an autonomous body, and if anything, we will increase funding and allow them to continue doing the work that they believe is best for the students that they serve. Will never, ever support anything that harms the welfare of the students of UWA.
It will be answered first by Star, then by Launch. What will your party do in 2017 to deliver an effective and thorough environmental policy?
So we've got a lot of policy around the environment, some of which include running a divestment campaign, urging the universities to invest in health food companies, reducing the waste from Guild cafes from promoting dining options, introducing biodegradable cutlery and takeaway containers, promoting the use of key cups, which increase the discount available to students who use them, and I'm going to keep going. Push for efficient lighting everywhere on campus, as well as renewable energy technologies such as solar panels. Ensure that the computer shutdowns occur at the end of every day to reduce the university's consumption of electricity. Implement compost bins in cafes amongst their general waste and recycling bins for biodegradable materials. If anything, introducing electronic voting, which is a lot better than online voting. That will also save a lot of paper costs for the election period. The thing is, our environment policy doesn't just look at the things that the Guild can do to improve the way we look after the environment, but it also looks at lobbying the university to make changes that will make considerable headway in making UWA a more environmentally sustainable university.
I'm so excited to share some of our amazing environmental policies with you, and I'm so excited to be hopefully working with Abby next year. We'd like to introduce an annual clean-up of campus day to coincide with the annual Clean-up Australia Day. We'd like to increase the variety and accessibility of heat cups, which are environmentally friendly alternative. And in addition to that, we'll fight for more water fountains, which cuts down the need for plastic water bottles. We'll also run the Urban Orchard Visibility Challenge and develop and run environmental-based workshops. Star has failed to deliver on their environmental policies in Boston. We don't have any countries. We don't have a cash-to-can system. We don't have a ride-sharing system. Only Launch will deliver on all these policies that we have on the environment. And this is why next week the students should vote for Launch, and this is why we are the ticket and we are the team that will change UWA for the better for the students.
question for today's debate. It will be answered by both parties, first by Launch, then by Star. Do parties believe in protecting guild catering, and what will you do to make either guild catering more competitive or catering better, given the recent private company editions given to students that are ultimately more known and more popular?
Launch is the only team with a long-term catering plan, which includes inviting independent outlets and caterers on campus, while also protecting and preserving the current guild outlets that do exist. The introduction of Subway and Boost by Starving has disrupted traditional guild catering, which needs to change in order to survive. But it took Star 3 years just to bring in 2 outlets. Imagine how long it would take for them to completely rejuvenate catering on campus. We can't trust them to make these necessary decisions relating to such an important issue for students in a timely manner. The endless delays over Subway and Boost, replicated tenfold with other guild outlets, like Guild Cafe, Hackett, or Science. These delays with beloved guild catering outlets like the Tab in Jeffrey. Only Launch will be able to introduce these independent caterers on campus, and only Launch will be able to bring them in a timely manner to save Hackett Cafe, to save the Guild Cafe, to save the Science Cafe, to save the Tab.
We've come a long way taking leaps and bounds with improving guild catering. Look at Hackett Cafe, the Tavern. I don't know what you guys are talking about because the Tavern is operating at a surplus. Flip on its head and it is amazing now. And we also have a new cafe coming out of Reed that will also have more vegetarian and vegan options available. And give them what they want to see on campus. STAR is looking to bring more diverse food options on campus, especially because we have an increasing international demographic coming through next year. And STAR recognises the need for a long-term catering plan that will take on student feedback on what they want to see and also ensure the guild's financial security. So if you want a guild that is going to do a lot of things next year with increases in club funding or increases funding actually to every single aspect of the guild, then by all means, go with Launch. We're not going to have a guild in 2018 or 2019 because there will be no money to fund the really good services that all the other aspects of the guild. We'll probably say that they will be what's best for students. But why would I actually select STAR and only STAR? Because we are made up of people who actually have the experience to run a multi-million-dollar organization that exists to serve students and know how to get real change on student concerns. We are an independent group of people. I'm an engineering student with a strong background in representation and campus culture, and I have no aspirations other than to be the best possible guild president I can be next year. We have genuine progressive views, and we believe in fair and equal access to support and education We are the only group who has remained positive throughout this whole campaign. And if you really want someone that's only completed 2 or 3 years of study to run an organisation that has a $10 million turnover, employs 105 staff, and is expected to look after 24,000 students, 8,000 of which are postgraduate students. I think you know where I'm going with that. And I've been a club president, I've been president of the Societies Council, a member of Field Council, Education Council, Vice President of the Postgraduate Students Association. I directly represent postgraduate students on academic board and curriculum committee. I've been through the transition from undergraduate to postgraduate. I have the experience to represent all students across all experiences. And we want a Guild President who has life experience and real campus experience. We don't want someone who has never been on a university committee, who doesn't have experience managing a committee, and we don't want someone who has other postgraduates of the postgraduate students. So at the end of the day, if the students of UWA elect us next week, what you'll get is a group of students that look after each and every student and will always put students first.
And because of this, we are the team in the best position to bring the change so desperately needed in the Guild. We are unified and together we can and will advocate for the students. Education might be STAR's #1 priority, but Launches is, has been, and always will be the students. In UWA representatives for local UWA issues, we won't spend thousands of student dollars on flights to Melbourne and Sydney. We want to use your money on hotel accommodation requesting rooms and bathtubs. Keep student money here at UWA and spend it wisely for a better campus for students. The duty of the Student Guild and its president is to serve the students of UWA, regardless of the way they voted in these elections. I am fully prepared to give the students of UWA 365 days of my life, from the 1st of December 2016 to the 30th of November 2017. I am fully prepared to deliver on all of our promises. I am fully prepared and committed to the team that I have behind me and to give them everything I have. This September, I am fully prepared